can catch the ball as well. It's really the number of touches that determines things these days.
Here's the kicker, Zane Gonzalez, ready to get this one started. And we are underway from Ford Field. Fielded about a yard deep. He'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. So here are the Lions now coming out for their opening drive. They'll be led out by a former Pro Bowl quarterback out of the University of Georgia, Matthew Stafford.
Matthew Stafford is a big-arm guy who's learned how to temper some of his throws. Actually has added a lot more touch and accuracy as his career has gone along. Big-time confidence in his arm, though. Any throw you want, he can make it.
Stafford on first down. That's to his running back, Kerryon Johnson. The ball comes out, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. If the ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Back to throw, Stafford. And he finds Danny Amendola. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. He'll get 17 that time, and the Lions have a first down.
Barney sold the go route really well. Thought he was going deep, then curled it back inside for a nice completion.
DBs love when they pump the brakes, don't they?
Yeah, that's really a whole lot of fun. It's almost like you said, listen, if you're going to sell the go, just go, and let's see who's faster.
Ready, lady. 43. What we got? What we got? What we got? 43 in the mouth.
On first down, Stafford here. Completing it here to Marvin Jones. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Here again, Stafford. And that's complete to Jesse James. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. That one a first down pickup of 8. I don't think it's a surprise they're throwing the football early. We expected that. They told us they were going to come out firing, but 4 for 4 on the opening drive. They like that.
They don't just like it. They love it because now everyone gets locked in. Your confidence jumps up. Everyone's easy about what they're doing out there. And by the way, they're looking at the sideline thinking to themselves and expressing, let's keep throwing it. We're doing pretty well.
And now the offense for Detroit.
And the big key is going to be how can these wideouts create separation from the defensive backs? Because we've seen some early success in the passing game in this one, and that's going to need to continue.
Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Stafford looks to throw again. And it's caught here, Amendola. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
I don't believe that this opening drive is surprising to either one of us after the time we spent with the coaching staff and players prior to the game. What about you?
Absolutely. Not only that, but that big article in this paper this morning about their philosophy on starting games like you're shot out of a cannon, and that's what they've done. Very methodical here on this first drive.
Yeah, so many teams talk about that fast start. We're actually seeing it happen right here in front of us.
But now the kicker. Can they cap it off by putting the ball in the end zone? Stafford going to come up 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 6 for 6 here to start the ball game. Now a nice play defensively on first down as this is knocked away and incomplete. And here is the Cardinal defense.
Chandler Jones just keeps getting better and better. UFC fighting brother in any time.
It's in now from the 27.
Crunch time, defense. 43 is the mic. 43 is the mic.
Throwing again. Stafford. Underneath for Johnson. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. It'll be a gain of 9, and that'll make it 3rd and 1.
I'm not sure that this play was designed for him specifically, but they got through the progressions and got the ball to him. So, second catch on the drive. He may not be a primary guy, but they definitely want him involved, don't they?
Absolutely. This early, the opening drive, as you said, 2 catches. So, if they can get him going in the passing game, that should open up his running game, too. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 16. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. Had a chance to maybe limit them to 3 if they could have gotten that stop there, but a new set of downs.
And with a new set of downs, you got to take the mentality of the whole thing. Right now, everyone's looking at the offense and saying they've got the advantage. The best defenses just say, okay, new set of downs, gives us another chance to make a play ourselves and maybe change things up.
58, come on. All day.
They stay on the ground on first with Johnson. And he'll get 4 there, down to about the 12-yard line.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Stafford. And it'll be intercepted. Snags it for the pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. Arizona, they're getting the ball back here, CD, but I want to talk about 2019 for them because I think really their season, if you had to give it one word, it might be meh. I mean,
I would disagree.
Well, to quote a former Cardinals coach, they were who we thought they were, right?
I thought they were better.
Did you?
Yeah, this is where you and I differ a little bit on it. I totally get it. When you look at the record of 5-10-1, there's not a lot there. I thought this team might win 3 games all year. So maybe I'm looking at it strictly with my perspective. But remember, they drafted Kyler Murray, and he was terrific. He might very well be the rookie of the year on the offensive side of the ball in the NFL. He did a nice job for them. On the defensive side, I think there's something to build on with this team, even though they're in a really difficult division because the Rams went to the Super Bowl last season, didn't make the playoffs this year. San Francisco and Seattle ran away with the division. But this Arizona team, more weapons around Kyler Murray. Let's see how it turns out in 2020. I thought they were a little bit better than expected.
And, CD, maybe they found something in Kenyon Drake. They pick him up in, weeks 15 and 16, 137, 166 yards, 6 touchdowns between those 2 games. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down.
There's an example of good situational football being played by a defense. They understood where the 3rd down play was, the down and distance, and made sure that they didn't get anywhere near that, bringing up 4th down.
Yeah, they were sniffing out that marker, didn't want to let him get close to there, and now a likely 3 and out to start.
Yeah, I love the way they rallied to the football and got to him and made sure he didn't give up much run after catch.
On 4th down, here's Andy Leon to kick it away. Jamal Agnew is deep to return it. Taken in at the 22. No score after 1 on EA Sports. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Now, they were intercepted the first time they had the football, but now they get it back, and it's still 0-0.
And because of that, you know what the thought process is? Interception. What interception? It didn't really happen because they gave up no points. So go back on the attack. Go back and run the offense you believe will be successful. Find your playmakers and give them the football.
They'll break the huddle and come out with 4 receivers, 3 of them to the right side, 2nd and 7. Throwing to Stafford. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. He was looking for his big tight end there, Jesse James. And that takes us from second to third down. Great coverage there all around. Really didn't have many options to throw the football.
Very little chance that that one was going to be completed. Every receiver was locked up.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down. Out of the gun, Stafford. And he'll find Galladay. That's complete. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk at a 45. 15 yards for the Lions there on a first down.
But we're used to seeing the guy that you consider the number 1 receiver double covered. But how about this guy? He's double covered and finds a way to make the play for a first down.
That's how you increase your Madden rating, right?
No doubt about that at all. And you know something? I think we'll hear about that from him soon.
Get the ball.
Now the Notre Dame man, this is Theo Riddick. So he got free of 1 tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Johnson. And he works his way forward for about 4 up to the midfield stripe.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
The Cards going nickel. An extra defensive back out there now on 3rd down. From the 50, it's Stafford. The completion to Riddick. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line, tackled there. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 40.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Now it's Stafford off the bootleg. Amendola's got it complete. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
On 1st and 10, Stafford throwing middle, but it's incomplete. He was trying to find Marvin Jones that time. And now it's 2nd down. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Stafford going to give this one off to Johnson. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll leave him with a 3rd down and 6 to go.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had the incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Throwing on 3rd down, Stafford. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. A 7-yard touchdown grab as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Bouncing back nicely from that bad opening drive where he threw the interception. Drive number 2 leads him right down the field and into the end zone.
So obviously his confidence was never lost, and that's a good thing to see. Great quality to have, and you absolutely must maintain that as a quarterback. I have to think that they're probably still on the script that they prepared for this game. Just the second drive. They've worked on these plays all week in practice. Put them to good use on that one.
Now Matt Prater for the point after. It's up, it's good, and the Lions lead 7-0. A 10-play drive that time, and it's capped off by a touchdown for the Lions. Here's Martin now following the score as he'll send this one away. This fielded at the 2. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. And on the first drive, 3 and out. I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
Coming up at halftime in a little less than 2 minutes, we'll send you to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman is standing by. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. The intended receiver was David Johnson. 3rd down here.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't completions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
On 3rd down, Johnson fights off the defender. And this will not get close to the first down marker as he's brought down at the 26. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's Andy Lee now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Agnew now to return. And when it's said and done, it's a 58-yard punt, and the Lions will take over. Back out is Matthew Stafford in the Lions offense. He's got the lead here in the 2nd quarter. He's thrown the touchdown, but also an interception. As a quarterback, is that interception, even though you're playing while your team's got the lead, does that always stick in the back of your mind a little bit?
For the best ones, it just upsets them that they did that because they don't think there should be any blemishes on their record. They think that they're way better than that. So your confidence gets tested a little bit. Being able to go back out there, maybe throw another touchdown, that'll tamp that down in a big way.
Yeah, because he's looked pretty good to this point.
But that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down. Here's Stafford. His throw incomplete.
Brings up 3rd down and 8 yards to go.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. from the gun. Here's Stafford. Open man is Galladay, complete. 11 yards there and a Lion first down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Throwing again is Stafford. And he's got Amendola on the connection. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Again, it's Stafford. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now it's Stafford. Got a man. It's Amendola. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. It'll be a pickup of 4, good enough to earn him yet another first down.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10.
4 down, 4 down. Hey, watch number 33.
Here's Johnson. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back home, yo. Let's make these babies cry.
From the 50, Stafford. That's to his running back, Kerryon Johnson. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. And the Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2.
Slam.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. So we've reached halftime with just the lone touchdown here. 7-0 is our score. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, right, Brandon. Thanks very much. And welcome in, everyone, to this slimmed-down version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. This one's been a hard-fought battle to this point. 7-0 is the score, with neither offense really able to get on track. But let's not waste any time. We'll get you right back out to Brandon and Charles for the second half.
Okay, Coach. Appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. So here's the Cardinals offense now as they get set to start this third quarter. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first. Despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. Johnson. Credit the tackle to Darius Slay.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
On second down now, it's Johnson. And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Here's Murray from midfield. He gets it into the hands of Larry Fitzgerald. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. First grab for Fitzgerald. He's got a first down.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
He used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position, you're doing something right.
Just remember this. When he was young, he thought the crafty veteran was simply a guy who couldn't run anymore. Now he understands a little bit better.
Buddy up. 40's Mike. I got it. Tight line. 4 down. Check.
A first down carry here for Johnson. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for second down. Hate to say it, but that play typifies what we've seen from this offense all game long.
Yeah, don't you think maybe you flip over your play sheet as the offensive coordinator and see the side that says try something different? Because this has not worked all game long. They continue to try and get it done. They've got to come up with something a little bit different. Try something special, something they haven't seen.
Anything to score a point. Throwing on second and 14. Murray over the middle, and it's incomplete. He was trying to get it to Hakeem Butler there, and that'll make it third down.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Murray with a third and long. Got this complete to the rookie out of UMass, Andy Isabella. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a fourth down.
Timing is everything, and they work on this cut all the time. They work on all the timing patterns, and this time it paid off for them. Worked him to the center of the field, cut it to the outside, ball's delivered, gets both feet down for the completion.
So here, the men in charge are going to be looking at whether or not the receiver had possession of the ball as he went out of bounds.
And they have to make sure that the receiver got both feet down in bounds as well.
Andy Lee in punt formation for the Cardinals.
I'm sure as a coach, when you throw the flag, you hold your breath, then you get the verification you were right, a sigh of relief.
Not only a sigh of relief, a little vindication as well, because every time you pull that red flag and throw it, you could be costing your team a timeout.
So we get a look at the Lions offense as they get ready for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Now, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. 11 yards there and a Lion first down.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Lady! 43 is the mic. Come on. Watch time, watch time. Tight end right, tight end right. Hey, look at him.
Now Johnson. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now Stafford. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. A shotgun snap for Stafford. James has got it, complete. The completion there winds up a wash, and it'll bring up 4th down.
They dialed up the blitz on 3rd down, and your worry as a defense that they can hit you with a big play in that situation. Instead, the blitz pays off, able to rally to the football and make the play.
Here's Sam Martin now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. This is taken at the 18. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Cards will take over, 1st and 10. And the Cardinals getting set to trot out there now. So far, they've had 3 drives, 3 punts. Not good. Not good indeed, because you've got to have something to show for being out on the field. Now, sometimes, if you have a game where neither side has scored, 3 punts isn't a bad thing. But when you're trying to set the pace, get up on top in a game, you've got to show better offense and find a way to put some points on your board. The tackle made there by Jared Davis. I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. 2nd down, Murray sets to throw. The pass complete to Hakeem Butler. A gain of 10, 1st down, Arizona. A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch. Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Here's Murray. This one complete to Christian Kirk. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. A good pickup there, a 22. Murray now, 5 straight completions here in this 2nd half, 1st and 10. Murray now on 1st down. That's going to be caught by Kirk. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. 25 yards there on the catch and run. Is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Running from the gun, Johnson. He will push his way down to about the 14. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Tough day. Tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there.
You can't block me. You can't block me.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Murray. Buying time to his left. He'll run it. Nowhere to go downfield, but he's able to get out of bounds and stop the clock here with a 1st down. Well, there you go. Save your best scramble of the day for a big-time situation in the 4th quarter, picking up the 1st.
You don't want to use it up early, right? You want to make sure you save it for that exact moment, that key time, and that's what he did, although you and I both know it wasn't planned that way. But what a nice job using his eyes, scanning the field, and realizing when it was time to exit the pocket and go.
A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Devon Kennard. The blitz works to perfection as he gets in there to dump him for a loss of 8. And you hate to say it with a rookie quarterback. He's done some good things, but overall, looked a little bit overwhelmed back there, hasn't he?
He certainly has, but in his defense, he hadn't had a lot of time to throw the football. You like the way I said that? In his defense.
In his defense. I got it.
You see what I did there?
Yeah. He moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here. On 2nd down, here's Murray. Well, this is caught by Williams. That one good for the completion percentage, but no gain. It'll be 3rd down. Now, the old pass completion for no gain, not something you want to call up out of the playbook too often.
Yeah, most offensive coordinators don't have that on their play sheet, so they've got to go back and scramble after this one. But right now, with what they're telling receivers about making sure you take care of the ball in open field, sometimes the fighting for extra yardage doesn't come as a result. That and good tackling can lead to no yards gained.
Pretty solid gain of 7 yards that time as he scrambled, but now they face a 4th down.
I liked his effort there. He got it done on his own, but let's face it, he puts defenses in a really stressful spot when he takes off and runs because a lot of guys have coverage responsibilities.
Good job of rallying, though, because I thought when he first took off, he might pick up the 1st down. Here we go with Johnson. And the surge is going to be too much defensively. He's hit and taken down to the backfield. Johnson kept out of the end zone on 4th down. And this shutout is going to continue as the defense holds again. So they finally get their first trip to the red zone, and it ends with nothing.
And that's what I'm going to focus on with you because you teed it up really well. Finally get to the red zone. So there's got to be a little bit of frustration because they haven't moved the ball as well as they wanted to all game. Now they get there, but we got to go for it because we don't know if we're going to get back here again. We don't know how many opportunities because they've been sputtering a little bit.
Absolutely. At this stage in the second half, to get there and not get it for the first time, tough. Now this one complete on the slant route. And a productive gain out to the 14 after starting at the 7. It's a gain of 7.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. Throwing is Stafford. That one complete to Anderson. No gain on the play, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Brandon, just mark that under the category of just not successful. Trying to throw the ball just didn't work on that one.
Completed it. No yardage. As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3.
We want it. Come to my world.
Out of the gun, Stafford. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Here's Sam Martin now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And we have reached the 2-minute warning. Kyler Murray now in the Cardinal offense. Down 7-0, just over 2 minutes to go. They'll have one play here just north of the 2-minute warning. Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. 1st down, Murray. Screen play, Johnson. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. We've got a one-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining. So the Cardinals, they've got the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down.
I like what they did there, still keeping their tight ends involved. They understand it's not quite Hail Mary time just yet.
The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Now Murray. And he finds his man. That's Butler. And they pick up the 1st down there with a gain of 4.
Partner, they're clearly saving those timeouts, but they still have to work with some urgency to put themselves in the right position.
1st down now, but the clock continues to move. Back to throw. And his throw here is incomplete. Larry Fitzgerald was the intended target, and that'll bring up 2nd down. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is it just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
He's back to throw. And he finds Fitzgerald.
People worry about throwing the out route because often it can get jumped, and that can turn into either an incompletion or an interception. But not on that one. Everything came together, and he catches it and goes over the sideline.
The last play on the completion got them half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5. To throw is Murray. He's got his man. It's Butler. And it's going to be another 1st down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 30. He's been quiet all afternoon. He may have just come up with a play of the day right there, though.
Obviously, it's not the volume in what you get done. It's the quality, and that was a quality catch right there.
1st down now, but that clock rolling.
44's Mike. 44's Mike.
Back to throw. And he's going to keep it here. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a 1st down. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their 2nd, as they'll stop him with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Murray to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. The Cardinals forced to burn their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. He'll look to throw, and he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Devon Kanaan taken down, and the clock will roll. So this one's over. It's a win for the Detroit Lions, and not all W's are created equal, CD, and this one came in shutout fashion.
Well, their offense certainly didn't need to do anything, right? They could take the day off, and they did. But the defense, they carried them in a big way.
Yeah, look, the offense, obviously stuff to work on, but they did enough, and the defense carried the load.
But you know what they say? It's always fun to work on things if it didn't go well in your game with a victory in your pocket. And that's what they've got going forward.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Lions as we say so long from Ford Field.